Hi and welcome to Brandon Edition. I'm Ricky.
And I'm Mike.
We're the first video weekly podcast show covering everything in the comic book world. From previews of comics, reviews of comics, and the comic book world, we are going to cover.
You can find us online at variantedition.com, or you can check out our MySpace page at myspace.com/variantedition.
So it's going to be our second week of coverage for Wizard World Philly. A lot of stuff happened.
Kevin met up with the guys from NYC Mech.
And Nick had a touching moment with Spider-Man.
Well, I'm here with NightSeeker and Spider-Man at the convention and checking out their awesome costumes, which apparently they didn't make. But if you guys could explain to us the process of making these things, especially with, the high gloss and the raised web and the nice airbrush, to pick up details, if you have any idea about how that goes on.
Well, mainly it starts off with a pattern, and you just decide what material that you want. So you get regular Lycra or Lycra and foil over the Lycra, and they make it also in PVC, so it comes in different forms and manufacturings. But mainly if you go to eBay and stuff like that, you can find suits all over the place.
Really?
Yeah.
Like pre-made?
Pre-made. Or some people do the custom. My stuff is customized for my own character. I'm actually the creator of NightSeeker.
Oh, all right then. So, new character right here, in the flesh. And would you like to explain any history about your costume?
Well, really, there isn't too much to tell. There's actually a lot of people do ask me where I got this, but unfortunately, the best answer that I can give them is actually I found it on eBay. It came from somewhere in the UK. I think there is actually a manufacturer in the UK that makes these sorts of suits. This one with the raised webbing is probably the most expensive one that they make.
Now, how much would a suit like this run you?
Well, I got this for probably around $900.
Well, here we are at the con. Once again, awesome costumes keep coming in here. Get ready to see more.
So here we are again in Artist Alley, and this time we're with the team from NYC Mech. Now, why don't you tell us a little bit about NYC Mech?
Sure. NYC Mech is basically, the high concept is it's New York City populated exclusively by robots. But rather than a straightforward sci-fi slant to it, what we've done is we've sort of crossed genre, and we have a lot of sort of modern street-level crime, romance, I guess a degree of horror, things of that nature. And we handle things in a sort of more intimate, character-oriented than a more fantastic angle.
Yeah, pretty much what he said. But New York with robots, it's one of the objectives, like he's talking about character stuff, is to make you a little more, to humanize the robots a little bit and kind of like make you not think, why are they robots, but why are they making these bad decisions or whatever.
The idea is basically to invest the reader to whatever degree in a character. You want to care if a character gets hurt, if a character falls, what have you. Whereas in a stereotypical sci-fi environment, it can be sort of more of a glamorous shoot 'em up, just for the prettiness of the robots and the laser beams. What we're actually doing is trying to make engaging characters that the reader will actually feel for and will actually be invested in the consequences of their lives.
Now, I've noticed that the robots don't look like your stereotypical sci-fi robots, or I mean, at least not like most of them. Is there a challenge in trying to get something that looks creative but still not completely organic?
Yeah, well, it's more fun than challenge. A lot of it is trying to strike a balance between giving them enough human emotion, like characteristics and features, and so they can emote, but also still look like clunky, like metal things. So.
What sort of inspiration do you draw upon?
Initially, a lot of it was this one video by Chris Cunningham for Bjork, All Is Full of Love. General sci-fi stuff, weird World War II machines, whatever I see.
Now, how about on you? Like your idea to do the story?
Plot-wise, there tend to be very specific things that can come from anywhere. A lot of what inspires specific moments or scenes tend to be just living in New York and experiencing, interactions with people, surprising, some surprising thing that someone might say, or some silly thing, or some stupid thing, or some profound thing, or anything really in a city like New York can just sort of have you, can create sort of a whole world of story. Let's Electrify is completed. We tend to take breaks every year. We do an arc, and then we take a break off. So right now we're on our off season, so to speak. Coming up, I have the Cross Bronx with Mike Oming. That's also from Image, and that's sort of a police procedural crime, supernatural horror miniseries, 4 issues. Full art by Mike, who hasn't done really a full mainstream crime book in a while since, besides Powers. We also have a book called 24/7. 24/7 is also a robot concept. It's an anthology with some of the greatest creators in the business: Adam Hughes, Eduardo Rizzo, Alex Maleev, Esad Ribic, Ben Temple-Smith, Fraser Irving. I mean, the list goes on. Becky Cloonan, Tony Moore. There are 60 people involved with the book. And
What does it feel like to be in that company?
It's daunting. It's helping them put it together and lay it out. I saw almost all the pages, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful work.
Very interesting seeing these creators who have these incredible careers already on their properties, seeing how well a specific concept can inspire them to just do something different and do something really creative. I mean, the angle that each one of them took with their stories was just completely different, and just completely different in many cases from what they'd ever done before. It's just very original, very inspired, very creative stuff, and that's a really, really fantastic thing to witness.
This is wrapped up. I'm working on a book now called Red Warrior through Image Comics. It should be out this September. It's like a Russian mafia, mixed martial arts, kind of like romance, I guess. So it's interesting, kind of noir, Russian mafia. I've only got 30 pages of script, so that's...
All right, so we're expected to see some more work from both of you guys. All right, thank you very much.
Next episode. Mike, what's happening next episode?
Well, next episode, everyone at home thinks, obviously these guys are out of Wizard World Philly footage by now. They couldn't possibly have shot that much. You'd be wrong. You'd be terribly, terribly wrong, because we have yet another big episode coming to you next week.
We have a bunch of stuff. One of the things is that Brian Quinn draws a sketch for Nick, which is something
you have to watch that, because Brian Quinn is the man. Send the check to www.varianedition.com.
Oh, he already knows. Brian Quinn already knows. We went over that. Okay. And then Kevin had an interview with Neil Vokes. Past, what he's done. Present, what he's going to do. Future, what's going on? We'll see. Next week, Neil Vokes talks. So, varianedition.com. MySpace /varianedition.com. Check it all out.
Fan mail at varianedition.com. Hate mail at varianedition.com.
Email us. In general, just email us. We'll always get back to you on anything you want to see, what you don't want to see, whatever.
You can email me at mike@varianedition.com, just like Patrick did last week. You can send Rick stuff at rick@varianedition.com.
They know all that already.
Yes, they do.
That's it. We're going to go shoot over to the trailer of Cross Bronx for you guys to take a look at. So enjoy, and we'll see you next week.